For this demonstration, I click New in order to create a brand new party in my global address book. As you notice, depending on the number sequence settings, the party ID has been automatically assigned. And from the drop-down of the party type, I can select either an organization or a person to be the type of this party. Also, after you create the global address book and add a new record, you can create additional address books as you require, such as a separate address book for each company in your organization or for each line of business. For example, USRT, which is a United States retail business, could benefit from having multiple address books in order to associate different stores with a sets of employees that can work in there. We have more discussions in regard to address books in our Dynamics 365 Commerce or as part of our Retail and Commerce module in Finance and Operations app. At this moment, I don't wish to create a brand new contact for this party. I collapse the tab and expand the relationship. So for this demonstration, I'd like to have party A to be a perspective to party B. And from the ID list, make the guide to GAB to be a subsidiary of CD Manufacturing. So depending on the type of a party, remember, could be a worker. You could actually choose two different names and make one of them to be the spouse of the other if they are a person. In this scenario, I make the guide to GAP to be a subsidiary of CD Manufacturing. On the header tab, I can define notes for all customers, a specific customer, or group of customers. On the lines tab, I can define notes for all items or a specific item. Needless to say, you can have multiple rows for different groups or different items. To set up advanced notes for vendors, we do the same, but this time we go through accounts payable, expand the setup, advanced notes, and select vendors advanced notes setup. The rest of the steps are very similar to the accounts receivable. In order to set up document types, I can navigate through Organization Administration, expand Document Management, and select document types to define the document types that are used when the related document attachments are created. Expanding the modules, purchase orders, and choosing all purchase orders. Another location in which I can directly go to the print management will be appeared under the setup group within the general action pane. I click on the print management. Within here, you see the hierarchical view of documents that can be managed within the print management. I expand the documents, and as you notice, I can control the purchase order, product receipt, purchase inquiries, and receipt list, as well as the vendor invoice. Assuming that I choose the purchase order, I can expand it, and as you see by default, I do have an original settings, which is the default. By selecting it, I can choose to have one original and many different copies. You have a capability to suspend printing for this document. And for whatever the reason that business requires, you may want to have the purchase orders not to be printed at this time, perhaps for maintenance reason or redesigning the purchase order.